Welcome everybody. My name is Colleen O'Connor, and I am a Yuen Method certified master consultant or practitioner. And today we are working on the topic of attracting money in using the Yuen Method. So we want to clear all the blocks to people attracting money and make sure that you're staying in the money flow and that you are abundant. Oh, hi Diane! Yay! Oh, you're welcome. Glad to see you. Thank you for chatting. So we're going to first start off with a little meditation that I like to do just to get us all here and grounded. And then what we'll do is we'll do some strengthening and clearing on the group as a whole. And then I will take some individual requests. So wherever you are now, if you can be seated, that's the best because we're going to do this little meditation. So from a seated place, you want to feel your feet on the ground, on the earth, closing your eyes. If you are driving, of course, please do not do this meditation. But assuming you are in a safe place to do so, feel the feet on the ground, taking a couple of nice deep breaths at your own pace and your own timing. Inhaling and then exhaling, letting go of everything it took just to get here, to be here, anything that's not serving you. And from this place here now, feel a nice golden or pink or white energy, whatever color speaks to you, coming from the heavens above. This is energy from the universe coming down so that you can connect to the universe and all the universal intelligence and support that is there for you. Feeling this come into, first we're going to work on what's your eighth chakra, which is about 2 feet above your head. If you can feel it, great. If you can't, then don't worry about it. Just feel your connection to that color. Again, pink, gold, or whatever works for you. About 2 feet above your head, connecting to it, feeling that nice, supportive, glowing energy as you just breathe at your own pace. Feel it clearing, removing and unblocking and unlocking anything that might be disturbing, interfering, interrupting, or in your way. Having this connection to the universe and feeling this energy now move down from this eighth chakra into your seventh chakra, which is your crown chakra. Breathing into this chakra, letting go of any energies that are not you, that are not yours, that do not serve, that are not beneficial. Breathing and clearing, letting it move out. Any mental, any emotional, spiritual, any psychological, psychic energies. Letting them clear, make them be strong to it, separate from it, and delete it down to zero minus infinity. Clearing any trauma, any illness, any limitations, any fears, any karmas, or any other energies that don't belong. And then feeling this energy, you now move from your crown chakra into your third eye, into the space between your eyes. Let it open, let it clear. Any interfering energies, any hooks, any cords, any ties, any attachments, any sentiments, any stories. So you're leading that down to zero minus infinity. Out of the body, out of the spirit, out of the mind. Opening up your third eye, your feeling, your perception, your intuition, your insight, and your knowing and your foresight. Clearing any energies that are not you, that are not yours, that do not benefit. And then feeling this energy from the universe above, now moving down into your throat chakra, opening up the throat chakra, breathing into the chakra, cleansing, clearing, cleaning the throat chakra, removing any lying, denying, numbing, shutting down, suppressing, forgetting, any repression, depression, anything that is in the way of your divine expression, your truth, your whole truth, and nothing but the truth. any hooks, any cords, any ties, any attachments, any sentiments, any stories, any psychic energies, down to zero, minus infinity. Any mental, any emotional, spiritual, psychological, psychic energies that may have infiltrated into your throat chakra. And then breathing now to clear it out and letting this energy from the universe, the supportive energy, now moving down into your heart chakra. Strengthening the heart chakra, opening the heart chakra, clearing anything out of the heart chakra that is not you, that is not yours, that does not belong, that does not serve, that does not support. All non-beneficial energies are clearing, cleansing, and being removed. So you can fully be here, being fully receptive to ease, to joy, to grace, to love, to the power of the heart, to receptivity. A few more deep breaths. And feel us now moving into your third chakra, your power center, strengthening your power center, clearing it, opening it up, removing anything that is not you, that's not yours, that is not beneficial. Any hooks, any cords, any ties, any attachments, any sentiments, any stories. Any trauma, any illness, any limitations, any fears, any karma, curses, or spells that might be impacting your power and your power center so that you're strong for stepping into your power, taking your power, owning your power, being in your power, your true divine power that comes from love, that comes from total unconditional acceptance. Deep breath, letting the energy clear. Again, feeling this universal support and energy move down now into your second chakra, into your creative center, your sexual center, your reproductive center. Strengthening it, clearing it, opening it up, removing all that does not belong. Clearing any mental, any emotional, spiritual, psychological, psychic energies, any hooks, any cords, ties, attachments, sentiments, stories that might be in the way. So you can connect to the ecstasy, the creativity, and the creative cosmic support of the universe. Cleansing and clearing. And now feel the energy move into your first chakra, your root chakra, right at the bottom of your torso, at your sacral area. Breathing, cleansing, clearing, and opening this area. All that is not you, that is not yours, that does not serve. With each breath, clearing it out, moving it out, opening up this area, connected to all the other chakras that we have just cleared, and then clearing anything that is disconnecting you from your lower body to the earth, to the planet. Feeling that energy moving and opening up that connection from your root chakra down into your buttocks, into the bottom of the torso, into your legs. Now feeling roots growing from this root chakra down through your legs, the tops of your legs. Breathing, clearing, opening up, feeling those roots growing down through the knees, down through the calves, down through the ankles, through the heels, opening up the bottoms of the feet, the tops of the feet, all aspects of the feet. Feeling those roots move down now through the ball of the feet and moving that down into the earth, pressing into the earth, all the way down into that earth center, into that crystal center, wrapping your cords, your roots down around the core of the earth, anchoring strongly into the planet, feeling the support of the planet, and feeling those roots now move from the core, pressing up through the earth, up into the bottoms of your feet, feeling that pressing, feeling that grounding, calming, rooting energy pressing into the bottoms of the feet, into the tops of the feet, the heels, into the ankles, into the toes, all aspects of the feet, from the ankles up into the lower legs, calves, the shins, rooting the energy in the knees, in the upper legs, in the thighs, and the hips, the lower abdomen, the lower torso, into the root chakra, feeling that earth energy into the earth chakra, into the root chakra, and then from that root chakra, now moving that earth energy up into the second chakra, breathing, clearing, and connecting. And the second chakra, now the earth energy moving up into the third chakra, into the power center, clearing and opening the power center even more in all directions. Breathing and feeling that moving into your heart center, clearing and opening the heart center even more. And from the heart center up into the fifth chakra, the throat chakra, clearing and opening the throat chakra, having total, complete freedom of expression and of your being in all levels. And feeling that energy from the earth now move into your third eye. Breathing, clearing, cleansing, connecting that earth energy, and then feeling that energy now move up into your crown chakra. Cleansing, clearing, and opening, and feeling that energy now move up into that eighth chakra, about 2 feet above your head, and feeling it move all the way now up into the heavens above, into the universe, so that you have now a confluence of energy going from the earth all the way through your body up into the universe, and then from the universe now, from the heavens above now back into all your chakras, down into the earth, going in both directions. So you're strongly anchored and connected in both directions, feeling that support, feeling that rootedness, that groundedness, and feeling the support of the planet and the support of the universe, activating your physical intelligence. And then when you're ready, opening your eyes, coming back into this time and space. Okay, great. Welcome, everyone. Again, for those who might be joining me now, my name again is Colleen O'Connor, and I am a Yuen Method certified master practitioner. Today, we are using the Yuen Method to clear issues on the topic of attracting money. I think that's something that all of us can use. So welcome. We're going to start right now by just making sure the group itself is strong as a group. So strengthening the group, we're going to make sure that everyone in the group, whether you are here live or whether that you listen to this after the fact, make everyone even in all directions. I'm going to strengthen that to 100% infinite potential, 100% of the time, infinite time. And for the group here, you want to strengthen everybody's nervous systems to 100% infinite potential. We want to sync everyone up so that we're connecting nervous system to nervous system, physical intelligence to physical intelligence, higher selves to higher selves, that we are having strong boundaries internally and externally back to internally, strong dynamics, internal to external to internal, and all the vertices are all strong. We want to sync up everybody from heart center to heart center, sync up everyone's higher selves, strengthen everybody's midline to 100% infinite potential. And the midline connecting strongly to the nervous system, and the nervous system connecting strongly to the midline, strengthening the relationship of the group, deleting any karma within the group, some indirect karmas that are there from the collective, making this strongly separate, independent, neutral from any other live streams on YouTube that may not be beneficial. Okay. And strengthening the group, the frequency, the vibration, the energy. So internal vibration of the group, each person here, and the cells. Okay. And strengthening the group to be balanced, center, stable. So making everybody back to center, tensing and untensing. And more speed for the group and the cells and the empty spaces. Okay, resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Okay, let's make sure the group is neutral, positive, not positive, negative, not negative, neutral. So some weakness to that. We're strengthening that. I'm going to strengthen everybody's minds, their conscious, subconscious, and non-conscious. Strengthening your spirits. Strengthen the spirit, empty the spirit, strengthen the mind, empty the mind. Your mind out of your spirit out of your mind. Okay, just strengthen that. And then if you, let's see, anybody else's minds. Okay, so people having other people's minds in their spirits. So clear your spirits of other people's minds. Like a million minds. So make them even, make them one, make them contain. Make you strong to it, separate from it, separate from you. Send that all away. That's not yours. And then it's a strengthen body, mind, spirit, strong separate, strong together. Strengthen your feeling, your perception, intuition. So some weakness to perception. It's about 70. We want to make up to 80, up to 90, up to 100%. And then we want to go beyond 100% and go to infinite potential. 100% of the time, infinite time. Excuse me. And then just resetting everything to the midline. Strong for answers, for actions, for results. Okay, make sure everyone here is strong to themselves, strong to the planet, strong to the universe. That feels good. And let's make sure there's no soul fragmentation. Okay, so soul is good. Higher source needs to be a little bit stronger. Turning on everyone's brain receiver to 100% infinite potential, brain receiver to higher source back to brain receiver. And then you to your higher self and higher self back to you. Okay, and then strengthen the group strong to get results. So strong for giving, receiving, and giving. Okay, strengthening you for the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Okay, strengthening you for your own expertise of yourself. And strong for your own improvement. A little bit of weakness there, but pretty strong. Strengthening that to 100% infinite potential. There we go. Okay, clearing any reverse perception. Okay, I just want to check. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay. And strong for deletion. Okay, so need some more strong for forgiveness. That's one of the components of deletion. Forgive yourself, forgive others, forgive life, forgive universe, forgive everything. Excuse me. Okay, and just to restart. Okay, and then back to the boundaries need to be strong again. Okay, it's strong for telepathic. So talking about, not talking about verbal, nonverbal. So nonverbal communication needs to be stronger with yourself and then with others and with a group, making that all strong. Yeah. Okay, make sure there's no spiritual energies interfering. Okay. Okay, so now first let's look at the group as a whole. Actually, let me check the physical intelligence of the group again here. Okay, the midline needs to be tensing and untensing. So more energy in the midline of your body, brain, down to down the midline, down the middle of the body, all the way down to the sacrum. Okay, more fitness, more flexibility, and more speed. Yeah. Okay, and we got to clear up some mistaken identity sensations, emotions, and reactions. So clearing that on the mind. Okay, and on the colon. Okay. Okay, how are people feeling? Are you feeling any kind of shift just from before we started to now? So I gotta keep strengthening. So let's look at the group as a whole. So again, we're doing the Yuen method. I'm just going to recap this. I like to say this in case somebody new is tuning in here. If you're not familiar, the Yuen method was created by Dr. Kam Yuen. Oh, good. Thanks, Cassie. So Dr. Kam Yuen used his three areas of expertise to create the Yuen method, which was he was a 35th generation Kung Fu Shaolin master. He was an aerospace engineer and a chiropractor. So when he was young and he was doing his competitions with Kung Fu, he could feel where his opponent's weaknesses were in their body. As a result of that, he would then attack those areas and then he would be very successful in winning the competitions. Then he later became a chiropractor and he flipped that whole thing around so he could still feel where his patient's weaknesses were, but then he figured out a way to, without touching, start shifting the energy, identifying the weaknesses, but strengthening them energetically, and then deleting them and deleting the accumulated effects. So that's what we're doing today. We identify the weakness, we make you strong to what it is, we delete it, and then we remove all the accumulated effects down to zero minus infinity, and then we reset your nervous system. Okay, so let's look at the topic of money for this whole group here today. First, let's see if money is even the first weakness. We've got these different areas of life. We've got health, we've got money, we've got less aging, fitness, career purpose, relationships, and let's see here. So actually what comes up first just has to do more with career. So with the group as a whole, we're going to do some general strengthening. So we've got 5 areas. We've got job, we've got career, we've got purpose, we've got business, we've got education. So business goes weak for this group. So we're going to make that strong. Okay. And is that inside of the group or outside? It's outside influences. It's psychic. It's the collective. And it's even from other lives. So I want to clear those influences, make them all even, make them finite, contained, and then delete them down to zero minus infinity, and delete the sources, the reasons, the causes out of the past, out of the future, delete the accumulated effects. And how many effects? Infinite effects. So make those infinite effects even, make them finite, make them contained, make you strong to them, separate from you, and we delete it down to zero minus infinity. Out of the past, out of the future, and the patterning, the programming, some attachments, and that's actually some spirit attachments. There's like a billion spirit attachments. Wow. Make them even, make them one, contain, make you strong to them, separate them from you, and send them off to other dimensions, universes, etc. Okay, and then what comes up next is make all the questions that people have all even. And then let's strengthen and even out questions to problems and problems to questions, neutral. Okay. Okay. And then if you hear your question, you don't hear a question, your question to other people's questions, their questions are your questions, for everyone to recognize, acknowledge, accept. So acceptance, so no resistance, no rejection, reverse perception. Other people questions are probably things that you need too. So just make you ready to be open, receptive, more openness. Okay, because it always works that when groups come together, it's people who tend to need the same things come together. So you may have to ask any questions and you can get something resolved. Okay, resetting, reprogramming, restarting. So let's make the group all strong for all areas of life. That feels good. Resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Okay, let's strengthen the group around fears. Okay, so money fears. So let's make you all strong to your internal fears or external fears. So external fears come first. So all the external fears from other lifetimes first, the psychological level about money. Even obsession. So let's deleting all the obsession from the ancestors, collective, cultural, even friends and in-laws across all time and space. Make you strong to all of it. Strong to delete it and then delete the accumulated effects out of your mind. Oh, excuse me. Clear the hooks, cut the cords, cut the ties, delete the attachments, and clear the future. Okay, so having money and not having. So clear all weaknesses to not having. Spending and not spending. So not spending is weak. Losing and not losing, that's okay. And let's check in the collective. Let's clear all scarcity, no scarcity, lack, fear, no fear from external influences. Make them all even, make them one contain. Cut all the psychic, cut all the hooks, cut the cords, cut the ties, all the stories. Hmm. Cut all remnants, remains, and programming. Strong all the information out in the world right now. Oh my God, the world's going to collapse. The economy's going to collapse, blah, blah, blah. Well, let's just fear mongering. So let's just delete that. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but we want to be strong regardless of what happens. As long as you're providing benefits to people and people are receiving them, you always have money coming in. Okay. Okay, just checking in. How are people? Are we feeling any shifts here? See if we're ready for the group, ready for some individual questions. A couple more things first. Thank you for the hearts there. Okay, so there's some emotions. So let's clear the emotions, make all the emotions even. Okay, and this emotion is actually about other areas of life. So about time and aging, and then again about career. Okay, this time it's not about business, about career. So all that. Okay, let's delete all the emotions, make them all even, make you strong with them, separate them from you, send them away. On your spirit, on your mind, and unconscious from other people. A lot of religious stuff going on, so it's deleting those influences. Some religious fears, this life, from the past. So make those all even, one contained. Release, protect, forgive, forget, unconditional. All sentiments, all stories, all the accumulated effects. It's beyond infinite effects. Make those effects even, make them finite, make them contained, and delete them on the mind. Down to zero, minus infinity. All the past, all the future. Past does not go to the future. Making the future. Okay, resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Okay. Okay, now is it ready for the individual questions? Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to go first with some that I received a few days ago. Okay, so a really good question. Thank you, Diane, for this is being compensated for your talents. Okay, let's see if there's any weakness to that. Talents, for some reason, goes weak. Okay, so let's look at talents. Your talents, other people's talents. Your talents. So you're strong in your own talents. Applying this to everybody here. I know we've got a lot of talents from the people who are attending this. Okay, so excuse me, emotional psychic. Is it emotional psychic or psychic emotional? It's psychic emotional. I'm deleting that down to zero, minus infinity from others, family members. Their weaknesses make you strong to their weaknesses, make them strong to their weaknesses, and want to delete their weaknesses. Okay, their fears. You can even make them one contain and delete them. And their fears actually in the present, so I'm going to delete those. Empty spaces, DNA. Okay. Okay. So let's check that again now. Compensated for talents. Okay, so now compensation is weak, so let's strengthen that. So what comes up with that is not having to compensate for others, other people's weaknesses, issues. Oh, yeah, they're more about their fears again. Release, protect, forgive, forget. Out of your mind, non-conscious. Oh, and like the spirit attachments and multiple personalities. Millions of multiple personalities. So just make those even, one contained, strong of them, separate from them, and send them all away. Okay, how does it seem now, Diane? And anyone else who may have resonated with that question? Better? Okay, good. Let's make sure it's 100%. Okay, make sure everyone else is receiving and feeling, perceiving it as well. That's a good one for everybody. Okay. Now I've got a question about lack of money as a symptom. It's for Aurora. Honoring one's well-being, including financial, from abundance, and where financial issues might point to being out of alignment. Okay. Okay. So of those things, it's really kind of three different sentences. Is the second thing is the biggest weakness. Honoring your well-being from abundance. So really that's about the well-being. So well-being. So connecting so your well-being and money and well-being. That you can have well-being and money and well-being. Or that you cannot have money and be well with or without money. So we want to have you actually be neutral and strong for all of it. We always want to be strong to all possibilities, even the ones that we don't consciously want, because if you're strong to it, then you are less likely to attract it because it doesn't bother you. Okay, something with food comes up. Okay, and it's psychological overthinking, over evaluating, over analyzing, guarding, over internalizing, more over internalizing in the past and into the future. Some fears. Is it internal, external? A little bit internal, but more external, more collective. So no longer not having to internalize the collective fears about food. Yeah, there's a lot. I'm feeling that a lot lately where because everything that's going on in the world, people getting into fear about having enough food and not having, there's plenty of food. So again, let's strengthen everybody here and the collective air, money, water, food, and whatever your needs are. Be strong to their wants, getting what you want, not getting what you want, getting what you need, not getting what you need, getting your desire, not what you desire, neutral and strong to having all what you need coming in and it coming back into you. So nervous system to connect with these things and those things connect with you. And we're going to make it all the distribution of money, of food and everything else to be more even in the world. So everybody has what they want, that nobody's going without. And everyone here to resonate with that, to connect with that, to allow, acknowledge, accept that. No matter what's actually happening, we want to be strong for a better existence for ourselves and for others. Holding that light, holding your own, holding your ground, holding the strength, inner strength, and deleting anything that's not that down to zero minus infinity. Okay. Okay, so sources, the reasons, and the causes out of the past and out of the future. Okay, resetting everybody here. Having well-being and money flowing. And then about insights as to where financial issues might point to being out of alignment. The one weakness in that sense is about the insights. So let's strengthen everybody here. Strengthen everybody's feeling, everyone's perception, intuition, everybody's insight, and knowing. Okay, so perception and insight do go weak when we put everything together. So let's make it strong. And let's strengthen the internal boundaries and the external boundaries, internal boundaries. Um, Spiritual weaknesses. Okay, there's some karma. Let's clear the karma that's interfering with the insights. Because we want to have insight. When you have insight, then you can know exactly what to do when, and then in a way that we want to have insight about all areas of life, but including money. We want to know what to spend, not to spend, where we want to have clarity on our direction so that we can be attracting the money in. So let's strengthen that. It has to do with the future. So strengthening for the future. Lead all the cloudiness. It's like the cloudiness, the blurriness, the worry, uncertainty from inside and from outside, mostly outside influences. Again, let's clear the panicking, the pushing, the pressure, the fear, the worry, the concerns. Forgive, forget, unconditional. And that karma, it's a collective karma and family karmas and spouses. Make those all even, one contained, and then delete them down to zero minus infinity. Resetting body, mind, spirit, reprogramming, thinking, awareness, perception. Okay. Okay, how are people feeling? Feeling any shift when you're in general compared to how you felt before we started? And any shift when you think about money in general? Send me a text in the chat. Okay. Okay, let's see. Insight. So let's strengthen this group. Let's see your insight and foresight. So let's make sure your foresight is really strong. Yeah, that actually does feels pretty good. And oh, thank you, Cassie. Awesome. Great. So let's strengthen the insight, excuse me, the foresight more. Insight to foresight, foresight to insight goes weak. There we go. Make those two connect. Right? Connecting with each other, strengthening each other. Okay, and that has to do relationships affecting the foresight with self or with others, with yourself. So everybody's stronger relationship with yourself to 100% infinite potential. Okay, reconnecting all parts of the self, soul, higher source, higher self. Those go weak. Body, spirit, and mind. So make them all strong, all even, all integrated, all balanced. Strength, endurance, more flexibility, agility, coordination, speed. Resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Okay. Okay, so this group to insight, to foresight, to knowing. That feels a lot stronger. Okay, then I've got some other questions here. Okay, procrastination around even paralysis during doing business, technology, paperwork. I can relate to both of those. I think everybody can. Okay. Okay, so let's see. What's the weakness? So procrastination is fine. Paralysis is weak. Technology, paperwork is okay. Okay, so paralysis, let's make everything even in your request. And how many things in general related to this? And this is actually a really good question because I think this applies to everybody, as far as I'm concerned. How many things? It's beyond infinite things. Make those beyond infinite things even. It can contain strong to it, separate from you, and delete those weaknesses out of the body, of his bodies or his minds or his spirits, conscious, subconscious, non-conscious. And let's make sure. Okay, so it's still some mistaken identity. So sensations, emotions, and reactions. Clearing the reactions out of the spirit, out of the mind, the spirit. And this is Shelley's question, by the way. I don't know if she's here. I think she said she was probably not going to be able to make it, but shout out to you, Shelley. Woohoo. Okay, so let's strengthen that and delete that down to zero minus infinity. Emotions out of the spirit. Okay, let's clear tension out of mind. Okay, and some guilt. Giving, receiving, and giving. Everybody here ready, open, receptive. So there's some weakness to openness. So open to yourself, 100% infinite potential, zero minus infinity. Okay, open to your improvement, open to strengthening, open to deletion. There we go. Okay, some regretting. So clear the regretting. Okay, there's some denial going on too. Let's clear the denial. Lying, denying, numbing, and some suppression. So we call those are false tools that it's not even coming from you. It's coming from religion. So we're deleting that of a lifetime. So clearing all of that. Make it all those factors. It's beyond infinite. Make it even, make it finite, contain. Delete it out of the body, out of the spirit, out of the mind, out of the cells. Excuse me here. Okay, then clearing all the sentiments from the past. And then opening up the exit portals under chin, under arm, opening up the sacrum, the colon, etc. Okay, down to zero, minus infinity. Down and out, sending everything down and out, opening up. Okay, resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Okay, let's look at our question again. Procrastination, paralysis. Paralysis feels better. Technology, paperwork, it all feels a lot stronger. Okay. Okay, if somebody has a question that you want to put in, I'm going to do one more question here. Oh, I think I'm going to sneeze. I think I'm releasing. Whew. I might have to go grab a Kleenex. Okay. No, it passed. Okay. Improving luck and attracting big financial miracles. Okay. Okay, so first we don't want to rely on luck. So that's like a collective, what do you call that? Collective sensation, emotion, and reaction. So let's clear that down to zero minus infinity. We just want to be strong to attracting. Okay, good. Yawning. Yeah, I hear you. We want to remove relying on luck. That's the body, the spirit, the mind. So being lucky, not being lucky, unlucky, not unlucky, neutral. So what's it really about? The luck, religion. So again, So we don't want to have uh, relying on faith or hoping or wishing or whatever. We want to be just lining up, identifying the weaknesses, strengthening them, deleting them, and removing the effects, and just making you strong to getting whatever you want, you desire, make you strong to it, connect to it. So again, let's just strengthen the physical intelligence to 100% infinite potential, 100% of the time, infinite time, down to zero minus infinity. Because that went weak with that question. So let's strengthen the questions, physical intelligence to the questions, and the questions getting answers from the physical intelligence. Okay, because luck is like what? Random, right? So we don't want to have randomness. We want to have things in sync, in order, in rhythm, in alignment in the body, in the spirit, in the mind, in the conscious, the subconscious, non-conscious. So let's delete all those weaknesses, the psychological, psychic, some obsession there. In the collective, yeah, a lot of collective influences. Make everybody strong to it, separate from it, separate from you, and deleting it down to zero. Yeah, improving luck. Okay, no luck, but we can make you strong to your physical intelligence. So let's just clear everybody. Remove luck and activate physical intelligence, because you can use your physical intelligence, feel strong or weak, what numbers to use, right? So let's strengthen you for that. Yeah, why not? So physical intelligence to lottery numbers, physical intelligence. And you can even just do like taking your physical intelligence to press the buttons, right? When you're picking your lottery ticket from the machine or however that goes, right? Okay. Okay. But why not? You should go play the lottery tomorrow and see what happens. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So improving luck, attracting big financial miracles. Attracting big financial miracles. So financial goes weak. So let's make sure everyone here is strong. Money, there's not just money, but there's money, finance, and prosperity. So let's make sure everybody's strong for all three. Yeah, finances goes weak. So let's strengthen the group for finances. Let's see, numbers, accounting, investing, management, inflow, outflow, inflow. Let's make it very strong for knowing what you've got, not knowing what you've got, managing it, not managing it. The inflow, outflow, more coming in, less going out. Okay, there we go. So let's make the group stronger, more coming in, and being a money magnet. You're actually all already strong for being money magnets. So this is what you recognize, acknowledge, accept that, receive, feel, perceive. Okay. Okay. Resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Okay, and let's delete the seriousness. Delete the seriousness. This is also like money. Let's delete seriousness of money, of finances, prosperity. Yeah, because right, we think of financial people being very serious. Well, we don't want that. We want money and finance and prosperity we want to connect it with fun, with flow, with freedom. There we go. That's weak. Strengthening those weaknesses and delete them down to zero minus infinity. Out of the past, out of the future. And what's even coming up, since we actually have women here, okay, women's way of financial flow, which is connection, which is relationship, which is connection to yourself, connection to the planet, connection to the universe, instead of it's like connecting with the bigger picture instead of the smaller picture, right? So let's strengthen that to 100%, infinite potential, 100% of the time, infinite time, and make everybody strongly separate, independent, neutral to all the stuff out in the world. From the ancestors actually comes first, not even the collective right now. And then from more religion again, still. That's been coming up a lot lately. I think it's that time of the year, and I've got some religious holidays coming up now. So I want us to delete all those negative accumulative effects across all time, all space, all dimension, all universes, existences, out of the body, out of the spirit, out of the mind. By the way, we're probably going to go over. I usually do a little more than an hour. If you have to sign off earlier, no problem. But if you have to sign off earlier, but you have a question you want strengthened, feel free to pop it in the chat. Okay, let's deleting that. Those weaknesses down to 0, my infinity. Okay, let's reset the group to 100% infinite potential, 100% of the time, infinite time. Okay, it feels less serious. You're feeling a little lighter now, like, hey, money could actually be, it's just an energy, right? So let's strengthen the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Money is an energy. It's just a way of having an exchange. So let's just see it for what it is, strengthen our feeling, our perception, our intuition. Again, intuition, make that stronger. Another level. Intuition to money and money to intuition. There we go. Okay, money, finance, prosperity. That feels a lot stronger now as a whole. On that triad of money, finance, and prosperity, let's strengthen the boundaries and dynamics. That's good. Let's strengthen, make sure the fitness is strong. Agility. Okay, so let's speed up money, finance, prosperity, more speed to connecting to it. Okay, and then everybody ready, open, receptive. Their commitment, expect it, imagine it, imagination to reality on the spot. All right. Okay, any questions that you want to strengthen? Pop it in the chat. And I got one other question here while you guys are, let's see. Topic that's front and center, one thing you need energetically, having the certainty, determination, and feeling comfortable making money at levels I haven't made before. Okay. Okay, determination goes weak. Okay. Making more money than before, making money now, making money in the past. So it's all of it's weak. So it's, ooh, cool. All right. Glad you felt the ripple. Good. Okay, let's come up now. Let's open up everyone's exit portholes on your chin, on your arms, hands, the fingers, the feet, toes, colon, genital bladder, sacrum. Any energy to go down and out. Yeah, opening it up. Good, good, good. Ooh. Okay, this request triggers, issues, choices, sensations, emotions, and reactions on this request here. For some reason, that's coming up. Clear a lot of the fear. So a lot of fear. And also the question itself, question or problem is a problem. It's not a question, it's a problem. So clearing the problem. And the real weakness is in misinformation from the collective, from the family. So clearing all that out of her body, her spirit, her mind, and a lot of emotions, clearing all the negative emotions from the collective, the family, her neighbors comes up, okay, and descendants. Okay, so this lifetime, other lifetime, this lifetime. So clearing all that this lifetime. Delete it down to 0, minus infinity, beyond 0, minus infinity. Release, protect, forgive, forget, unconditional. Okay, clear the psychic. Psychic hooks, cords, tied, attachments, sentiments, stories, and karmas. So all the karmas. Indirect, partial, and direct. Okay. Yes, I hear you on that one. Okay, let's see here. Feeling I'm going to sneeze. My body is just releasing, and it wants to keep acting like I'm going to sneeze and I get a tickle here. So clear that. Okay, false tools. Again. Okay, clear the shutdown. If it's from the person requesting, me or other. Okay, so the person requesting, clear the shutdown. Shutting yourself down, shutting others down, people shutting you down. So you shutting others down, other lifetimes. Out of fear. So clear the fear out of the body, out of the spirit, out of the mind, out of the past, out of the future, total cumulative effects. It's been beyond infinite effects. So part of what's going on is having shut other people down in other lifetimes, and more about fitness, about fitting in. So clearing whatever that is, those fears and karmas. So all that together, make it even, make it finite, contain, and then delete it. Body, spirit, mind, sources, reasons, causes, out of the past, out of the future. Future doesn't go to the past doesn't go to the future, strengthen the future. Down to zero, minus infinity. Eliminate, free, release, protect, forgive, forget, unconditional. Reset, reprogram, restart. Clear the sentiments, the stories, and about 500,000 other things want to be deleted. Resetting, reprogramming, restarting. Okay, strengthen everyone's nervous systems, cranial, spinal, tail. Tail brain needs to be stronger. Brains, cord, nerves. Okay, nerves, strengthening that. Okay, yes, Phyllis, I will work on the belly thing. And if there's any other requests, go ahead and pop those in the chat now. Okay, so losing belly fat, losing is strong. Belly is a weakness. So let's strengthen the belly. B words: belly, breathing, bloated, bother, belated. Other B words. It's not physical, emotional, psychic, other people. It's culture and family, by marriage or by birth, by marriage. In-laws. So it's deleting anything there. It's from the past. This or other, this lifetime, the distant past. Okay, so let's make that all even, one contained, strong to it, separate from you, not yours. And cut the hooks, cut the cords, cut the ties, sentiments and stories, send it all away. Anything you're taking on, holding, owning, wearing, carrying. Need the programming. Any residuals. And down to the subcellular. So deleting that down to zero, minus infinity. Resetting, reprogramming, restarting, infinite potential, about boundaries and dynamics. Okay, how does that seem now with the belly? Okay, let's see if there's anything else around that. Well, this is clear any misinterpretation. No, it's more not misinterpretation, denial, external, religion. So let's clear the religion pieces. Yeah, it's almost like religious influences, negative religious influences, limiting like your gut feeling. So let's delete all that on your gut note, your feeling, your perception, your knowing. So strengthen your physical knowing and your physical intelligence. Okay, your integrated computer. So you're integrating 100 trillion plus cells. Okay, what's interfering with your integrated computer? The spirit, residuals, attachments, some dark energies, and things like that. So all those from other lifetimes. Okay, are you strong to it, separate from you? Send all those energies away. So I'm separate, strong together. Okay, integrated computer feels strong. Okay, everybody, you to the improvement back to you, to the midline, to the brains, all levels of being. Okay, any more questions? Any other topics for strengthening? Okay. Um, more light has come in. Okay, cool. Um, anything else with the belly? Okay, just more physical intelligence, balance, center, midline, stable. Okay, let's stabilize a group as a whole. The body, the spirit, the mind, the conscious, subconscious, non-conscious. There we go. Okay, good. Oh, excellent. You can breathe into it more easily. Okay, more goes weak. Less, not less. More, not more. Neutral. Having more, not having more. Having less, not having less. Neutral. More triggering less and less triggering more. So less triggers more. And that sounds like, what does that have to do with anything? Well, sometimes these weird little things are the weakness because when we have less of something that we don't want, it can trigger, or it can trigger us when we didn't have enough, or when we have more, it triggers having less, la la la. It just goes in all directions. So make it all even, make it finite, make it contain. You to be strong to all of it, separate from you, and just delete it out of the body, out of the spirit, out of the mind. So the confusion out of the spirit, down to zero, minus infinity. Okay, let's make sure there's no false tools at play. From the collective. Okay, let's clear the collective. I've been noticing this a lot lately. The collective, there's a lot of, it's like the false tools aspect. Okay, let's look at this. How much effect has it been beyond infinite? So let's just, for this whole group and the collective, let's strengthen that beyond infinite and make it finite and delete it down to zero, minus infinity. The body, the spirit, the mind, so that we have no more of this shutdown, because the shutdown, well, it's all six false twos, which are lying, denying, numbing, shutting down, suppressing, forgetting. We don't want to have those false tools because that blocks us from feeling the improvement, from being able to shift and grow and change and evolve. And there's a lot of energy around us now that wants to resist those changes, but we want to change for the better. So let's say in this group here, strongly separate, strongly independent, strongly neutral, changing for the better with ease, with joy, with grace. So that little some weakness there. So let's strengthen that to 100%, infinite potential, 100% of the time, infinite time. To not take anybody seriously, not take the world seriously. So let's strengthen that. Not take ourselves seriously, not take our so-called weaknesses or problems seriously. So we want to, again, stay in that lightness space, because if we're light, we can move things quickly, easily, because remember, it is enlightenment, not enseriousment. So let's keep that strong for everybody here. Hold that in your heart, into your brain. Okay, so let's lighten up, loosen up. They got to loosen up, let go. Loosen up, even with money. Let the flow come in. Okay to spend, even when it seems like you can't. that's one thing I mentioned in the description of this event is, and that's one thing Dr. Yuen used to talk about too, is when everybody's like tightening their belts and you don't want to do that. As soon as you start feeling that, take a step back. You want to do the opposite. Not that you don't spend recklessly or needlessly, but you want to keep the flow. Remember, money is an energy; it's a flow, and you still want to, go buy yourself an ice cream or whatever, or still let yourself spend and give and receive. So let's strengthen the group. Giving and receiving needs to be more even. Need over giving, over receiving. More. This group is more over giving. So let's delete that. Habits, patterns of that programming as women too, right? So let's the all time, all space, all dimensions, the collective, ourselves, even down to zero, minus infinity, opening the heart center to receive. You can receive by just your presence, your energy. I mean, just by you coming here, I just want to say this because I want you to acknowledge this for yourself. You're not just improving your life, you're improving, and anytime you do this or any sessions or whatever, you're at least 100 other people because you're connected to others. So just you to really acknowledge, accept, so accepting. Acknowledge, accept, allow, permission, receive it, feeling it, really allow you to feel, perceive, open that up at all levels and all streams of income and strengthen everything. I know some people, many of us have jobs and businesses, and we're strengthened for all levels of all streams of revenue, more than one, having at least, let's see, 1, 2, 5, at least this group. So let's strengthen that and more. And knowing when it's going to happen, not knowing, not knowing, the who, the what, where, and why. So all attachments. And seeing it, seeing what you want. So even taking some time, this is a good time to do some manifesting, like putting things down on paper and connecting with the feeling. We just had that whole new moon eclipse. So we're still have some of that energy. So let's just connect this group with the answers, actions, result with the manifestation. Let's crank up the manifesting to 100%, infinite potential, 100% of the time, infinite time. Connect, balancing the male and female energies and the body, in the spirit, in the mind, the conscious, subconscious. So let's strengthen the mind, empty the mind, neutral, strongly neutral, send the mind out of the picture here. We're going to do this with your physical intelligence. Body, mind, spirit, strong, separate, strong together. There we go. Balance, center, stable, resetting, reprogram, restarting. Okay, how's everybody feeling? You think about your questions about money. Okay, cool. I saw a little heart float up, so that's good. Okay, well, it feels good to me. Let's see if there's anything else this group needs. Let's just strengthen you, everyone in your life, to sync up with this improvement. Let's clear any mental thinking. Allow it to expand, to grow, to continue beyond this live session, this recording, in a time, a space, in a way that you can handle. You can allow. Okay, so let's download more lightness, agility. Oh, cool. Good. All right. You're welcome, Diane. Pleasure having everybody here. It's fun. Okay, and everybody, ease, joy, grace. That feels good. Let's everybody have fun. Like, crank up the fun, right? It's spring. Let's have some fun. Allow, acknowledge, accept fun to everything you do. Everything you do to fun to dealing with money, working with money, having it and not having, paying your bills. Let's strengthen everybody for paying the bills. Okay, I just felt the energy go down. Let's strengthen for paying the bills. But let's flip the switch that it's an opportunity, like a meditation, like you you're recognizing and acknowledging and gratitude for all the things that you got to have, eat, experience, do, whatever as a result of those, whether that's just heat in your house or food or um, gas in your car so you can do stuff. So let's just flip the switch. So download programming of everything being prosperous, everything you do, like actually paying the bills as program, all of us, myself included, that when we do that, we're balanced, we're centered, stable, we have gratitude, groundedness, and that we see our income growing. Okay, yeah, let's grow and let's expand. Let's see the numbers getting higher, higher, not higher, lower, not lower, neutral. Yeah, it's going through a ringer, much lighter. Okay, cool. Oh, going through a ringer, that's interesting. Okay, so let's open that up. So everybody, let's strengthen everybody here to see all this money coming into your bank account. Strengthen that to 100%, and that it's money that is for you, that you can have, that you either you earned it or it just being given to you, whatever. Okay, balance, center, stable. Okay. Okay, well, so all the strengthening for everybody here to keep it going, keep it moving, raise up everybody's frequency, everybody's vibration, everybody's energy. Strengthen to 100% infinite potential, 100% time, infinite time. Um, everybody's money fight feels good. Reset, reprogram, restart. Balance, center, stable. Okay, that feels good. Okay, so thank you everyone for being here today. Again, I am Colleen O'Connor, Yuen Method certified master practitioner. One thing I do want to let you know is I know I've had some inquiries even from some of the people that have been here today. Oh, Diane, that's sweet. Thank you. I am going to be teaching the Yuen Method. I am looking at putting the course together. One of the things I am needing to sort out is when. So if you are interested and you haven't already, let me know. If you're interested in learning the Yuen Method, let me know. I'm looking at probably, well, definitely in May, potentially the second week after Mother's Day, maybe either Monday nights or Saturday mornings, something like that. But I'm open to hearing from you about when, because that's one of the areas that I am. I've got people in different time zones. So I'm on the Pacific. I'm on the West Coast, Pacific Coast. I'm near Seattle, so that's the time zone that I am in. But I'm looking at how to make something that works for those who are interested. Anywho, thank you again so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day or night, whether you're listening to this now live or later on. Stay strong and remember, keep it light, have fun, and we will see you on the next group. Thank you. I'm going to sign off for now.